are you, Scottie?
I'm good. How are you guys? How's America?
It's fucked up.
Colorado's doing all right.
Yes, they're doing all right. Yeah.
Oh,
So you're out of quarantine.
No, we're starting next week. We're starting to do 50% of businesses can open, like they can have 50% of the people in the businesses, and
Oh yeah.
to go to get like curbside stores.
But didn't you say a second ago someone just invited you to a party?
Well, yeah, I mean we can do whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, every day he's a party as well.
Yeah, so yeah, they don't, because it took a little while for Australia to close like the schools and shit.
Thank God.
Your head's in the way, but that's fine.
I'm not in Australia.
Oh yeah.
He's Australian, but he's not in
I'm
Australia.
Australian, but I am in Colombia.
Oh.
Let's go.
Daniel, introduce him.
Sorry, Scottie. This is Ari,
Introduce Scottie.
and Scottie.
Which
Ari.
which one's Ari? You guys are kind of dark. Which one's Ari? On the
This
in the
one
middle
here.
or the far
You're
left?
good. Why are we so dark?
Hi Ari.
Yo, Scottie.
I'm Terry.
Oh yeah, we are really.
Ari and Terry.
Mhm.
What a duo.
And I don't know if you know Daniel for a few years.
This is
You know,
to be like 3 dudes, 1 microphone or something like that. But this is a fake microphone.
Yeah. Job done.
so you've got one fake microphone between 3 men. Is that what you're saying?
Fake dudes, yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel, I was thinking last night how we met, and then for about 5 seconds I thought, I can't fucking remember. And then I was like, oh God, it was Saul or
Oh,
whatever
it was
he's
Saul. It was right. That's right. I remember Saul. That's right. We met through Saul.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
correct.
we did.
Have you spoken to Saul ever?
Nah, man. No, he's messaged me a few times, but years and years ago, and I was just like, fuck.
He was a strange dude.
But then I thought to myself,
too.
how did I get to know Saul? And it was through Gracie, I think. You know that little Asian girl?
Gracie, yeah, I worked with Gracie. Yeah. I worked
So-
with Gracie.
So what?
When were you born? Where were you born? When were you born? What are your parents like?
I was born in Sydney in 1986, so I'm 33. My parents are fucked up and crazy and just total messes and always have been. My dad's dead now, and my mum lives in Sydney.
Oh shit. All right.
Actually, Daniel, I think Daniel probably knows the story, but he might have forgotten. But it's kind of like a movie, really. My dad left my mum for his secretary half his age, and now I have a baby sister. And then my dad died.
Oh,
That's right. Oh shit! I think I did forget about that, sir.
I forgot something.
So it's very like, you know, my dad's secretary turned into my stepmom, literally.
Yeah.
And she's barely older than my brother. And my real mum, she's fucked. She's just fucked in the head. She's totally crazy.
Oh.
And then wait, weren't you married at one point as well?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
You guys are from America, where Jeffree Star until recently was sucking off a straight guy, and you're acting like it's weird that I was married.
What? You just didn't say anything about it. Like, yeah.
No.
And I'm like, well, with who?
Yeah. Tell us about
Yes,
her.
I am bisexual, and I was married for, we were together for I think 8 years. No, 8 years, and we were married for 6, I think.
Oh, nice.
Can you see us a little better now?
Ever so slightly, but I can see you enough. You know.
Yeah, I don't want to see
Just
us.
let it
I don't
go.
want to see us either.
Yeah, I don't want to see you anymore.
And so you're bisexual. So I think about this a lot. So I'm wondering if you have
Really?
any experiences. Back in high school, I definitely fooled around with a couple of dudes. I gave.
I love that you're admitting it.
Yeah, I gave a couple of
on a
handy
podcast.
J's.
Yeah.
I made out with a few dudes, and
Wow, nice.
you know, the more like twinkie, I guess, the more like tiny and fragile the dude was, the closer I'd get to like feeling turned on.
I understand.
It never like fully did it for me. And then
Right.
a few months ago, after like years of not experimenting, I was able to sleep with like a pretty passable transgender chick. And
Okay.
that pretty much did it for me. So I'm wondering if, like, do you consider that bisexual? What would you call that?
Well, see that because nowadays, of course, now it's 2020 and everything. There's about 50,000 million acronyms and different labels for people and all this kind of bullshit. So technically, I guess if you have been mostly with girls, but then years and years ago you did fooled around with some guys, and then up until recently you've been with sort of a very close to transgender sort of person, I would say that you're just fluid or like pansexual, or one of those ones where you're attracted to the, like, kind of like me, I say that I'm bisexual, but I'm attracted to the energy of the person. I haven't actually had sex with a person that's trans or even close to trans, but I still, yeah, I wouldn't, if you wanted to label me bisexual, fine, but I'm probably what you are as well, which is kind of just everything. You're sort of like a trisexual, like off Sex and the City. You'll try anything once.
Trisexual.
Yeah.
Trisexual. How do you feel
So
about
you're one of those people. You're one of those people, I think, that's comfortable. I don't think I think if you're flexible enough to have experienced those different things, I think you're the kind of person that doesn't want to live with regrets when you're on your deathbed in 30 years and you think,
exactly.
oh, I never fucking sucked the cock or whatever. And I like those kind of people.
I like that.
Yeah. I mean,
I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
And
What were you going to say, Dan? I think, or maybe one of you was going to say something a second ago.
yeah, well, what did Daniel and Terry think about?
I mean, I think it's fine. Whatever makes you happy. I mean, I don't really judge. Well, I try to not judge anyway. I try not to. There's many things I could judge that aren't related to this topic. But that later on.
Well, Daniel's never judged me for anything from the second. I don't think he has. Maybe Nat, but not Dan. Dan, I don't think.
No. Oh no, dick pics. He used to send me dick pics all the time. Yeah. It was,
Oh yeah, I think I sent you a picture of me basically completely naked the other day, but I might have covered the whole part of my ass. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I think
But,
yeah, that's okay.
But yeah, no, Dan and Nat have always been really great with me. I remember the one time as well, I was over their house in, I think, Walleye Creek or Tempe or something like this. And me and Dan went to the supermarket, and we were gonna get meat or something, and he was like, we were gonna get like raw duck fillets or something like this. And then we were walking towards the checkout, and he was like, you know what, we probably shouldn't get this. Like, that's not cool, like even really having it in the house. And I was like, oh shit, oh, okay, cool. But then you said it was okay if we got something else from memory, like maybe something a little bit less full on, like maybe I think it was cooked skewers that we just had to put under the stove or something like that. And then when we got home, she was really cool with it, and she was she was sort of okay with it, but she was also a bit sort of weird. But they were mostly cooked.
They know what you're talking about. They know what you're talking about. They know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
No, but it was so good because she accepted me for who I was, and I accepted her for who she was, and same with me and you, Dan, and we never even gave a fuck about anyone's shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I like those. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you're a sweetheart. You know that. You're a goddamn sweetheart.
So wait, Terry, have you ever been with a guy?
I did. I sucked a dick once.
Okay.
I didn't like it. I was like, oh, this is not.
Well, I mean, normally you start with less full on things. Normally you start getting the blowjob.
Yeah, it would have been nicer if I would have gotten a BJ, but no,
Oh well, there's still the future.
Yeah, but I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Why don't one of you give each other a blowjob right now? I'm joking. I'm totally joking.
Right now. No.
Let's turn this into an OnlyFans, which, by the way, I just started an OnlyFans.
A what? Fans only?
Fans only.
Yeah, I just started OnlyFans.
We should make fans
So wait,
only.
how long are you in Colombia for? I mean, are you there for a while, then you move on to somewhere else, or?
Well, I now basically live between Australia and South America. So I'm here, I'm learning Spanish, and I'm only going to go back to Australia every 12 months for a few months to kind of work and rake in a bit of money, but I'll spend most of the years in South America. And I'll base myself probably from Buenos Aires, which is where I was for a few months, but then I came to here, and then the second day I got here is when the coronavirus, because I was supposed to meet my best friend from France in Colombia, and we were supposed to spend time here, which would have been almost now. Am I talking too fast?
No,
not at all.
No.
I saw you give the boys this cheeky little smile, and I was like, oh my god, am I going
I
like
gave a
1,000 miles an hour?
He just made a really bad burp. That was painful.
So you're famous, right? You invented some kind of like tractor that dogs can use or some shit, and that's live in South
I mean, I wouldn't say the dogs really use it. It's kind of like a Tesla thing. They just sit in it, and then it reads their mind, and it just does all the stuff. But they get to ride around in it.
a Tesla.
Sitting on a fucking gold mine here.
Now, I wanted to ask, like, everyone about the first time they ever masturbated, because when I do stand-up, that plays
Basically,
a lot.
You
Yeah.
masturbating is basically.
My stand-up is like 90% masturbation stories.
With no punchline.
With no punchlines. I just tell these excruciatingly detailed masturbation stories.
It's true.
It sounds great.
So
It almost would be like ASMR, you kind of describing sexual scenes, close to the microphone, and people are like, oh my God, like getting hard in the crowd.
I like that.
Yeah.
Stand-up should just be erotic storytelling.
Well, you start them with your first experience.
You think I should start? Or Terry should start? Who do you want to start?
Maybe.
I'm not telling
You or Terry.
I'm not doing it.
Do you want to start?
Yeah.
All right, so the first time truly masturbated.
Like 5 minutes. Don't do a whole.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do like the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean, you could. I mean,
the first time I truly masturbated, I was in summer camp, this Jewish summer camp, and I had a counselor named Alicia. And I was very attracted to Alicia. I must have been 12, and she was like 22 or something.
Yes, Alicia.
She was so cute, and I couldn't figure out a way to like touch her, so I started refusing to bathe. And after a few weeks, I got real stinky. Even at 12, you get stinky. And Alicia basically got so fed up, she forced me into a shower. She made me wear swim trunks, but she forced me into a shower and she scrubbed me down. And I was like trying to hide my boner the whole time. I'm 12 years old and I loved it. And when she finished cleaning me off, I immediately ran to my bunk. I closed the door. Everyone else was out at lunch or swim or something. And I had this like uncontrollable erection and I didn't know how to handle it. So I started rubbing it against my thigh and I'm like, oh, that feels good. So I clamped my other thigh on the other side of my penis and I just started humping my own thighs and I came like buckets, like crazy. And that was probably the first time I intentionally masturbated. But until about 13, that's how I did it. I would just hump my own thighs. And then later on, I figured out how to use my hands. But,
Right, okay.
Yeah.
it was a journey.
Yeah.
There was a journey that basically sexual journey.
Yeah, I think I think everybody in the first part of their masturbating situation has something that they do that's less orthodox in terms of not just say wanking off, like they might do what you did, or like for example, I would fuck a pillow.
Yeah,
So yeah, how you would just lay on top of the pillow and fuck the pillow and come into like paper towels.
What about you or Terry, whoever wants to go next?
You just said.
Oh, that was your first time was a pillow?
Well, no, see, the thing is, my first time actually isn't that exciting. It literally is just that I went upstairs when I got home from school one day, masturbated, and then I came and then there was nothing, you know, particularly strange about it, other than the fact that I used my left hand when I'm actually right-handed. So that was
I'm the same. I do that too.
But you still,
Well,
I'll admit that.
you still use the other hand now?
no, I switched. So maybe I was probably like 13 or something like this when I started with my left hand for some reason. And then after maybe like 2 years, one day I was like, ooh, I'm going to see what it's like with the right hand. And then I would do it with a mixture for about a few years. And then basically 99% of the time ever since, me being an adult, I guess, right-handed.
Huh.
But yeah, after maybe like a couple of months, I merged into fucking the pillow, and then, you know.
So there's also a sexual journey. I
And
just want to say it. It's fun to say.
how have you been coping with the corona shit?
In terms of what, just in general?
Yeah, how's
Yeah.
you doing?
Pretty okay. Most days I'm okay, but I get fucking bored. I get lonely. I get super horny. But most times I'm okay. I've got a balcony, which is good. I've had weed the whole time, which is good. I'm basically just now addicted to playing Risk, the board game app, filming bullshit for YouTube, even TikTok, like impersonating. I don't do the dances on TikTok, but I impersonate the like people's say like lines off shit, and just all this kind of watch porn, blah blah blah, smoke more weed. How you guys are surviving?
God.
Kind of the same. I mean, without. I mean, the porn and the weed part is pretty accurate, I'd say. But but here's wearing masks, and yeah, I'm now 6 feet away from everyone.
A little closer.
And yeah,
the camera catches.
See, I've been in lockdown here for over a month, like over 4 weeks. So it's been very strict in Colombia from the start, from the get-go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are there many cases, or like, do you know what the cases are? And
for basically up until about last week, we were always like number 30 in the list of countries or something. But now in the past like couple of weeks, I've noticed that we're no like 700 or 1,000 cases anymore. We're like 3,000 or something.
oh shit.
So I think a few more people have gotten it, but yeah, the lockdown's supposed to end next Monday, but I reckon they'll probably extend it again.
Yeah. Well, ours opens up on May 8th.
Suppose.
Yeah, May 8th.
On when? The 8th?
The 8th, which is Monday. Wait,
I don't know what day it is now.
Tuesday? I don't know.
Remember when days used to matter?
Mother's Day is the 10th, right? Mother's Day is the 10th. So the 8th.
In Australia, it's the 10th.
Yeah. Yeah. It's coming up, right?
Yeah. Okay, Google, when is Mother's Day?
Mother's Day in the United States will be on Sunday, May 10th, 2020.
Okay, stop.
Next week.
Next week. Yeah. So okay, let's not forget that, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Have you done anything out of the ordinary during the weird pandemic stuff? Like, what's the weirdest thing you've done since it started?
More dick pics.
An increase in
Since let me just have a look. I guess the weirdest thing since the pandemic started is probably starting an OnlyFans and filming myself in a pornographic way and posting it on the internet.
Nice.
Very nice.
Well, one of my friends, she always did it, but now like she was like way more vocal. Like she like put it on her Facebook page and was like, hey, like she's like, sorry, mom.
Oh.
It was like, go here and like, oh damn, like yeah, I think it's becoming more of a thing, you know, like
Yeah.
Whoa.
Sorry, Mom.
Oh,
No. As long as you say sorry, it's okay.
Yeah, God. And what about you guys? What's some weird and freaky tiki shit you've gotten up to since pandemic? Have you done any things out of desperation?
No, my life is just always in desperation, so nothing's changed really. It's been all the same. But
That's why you're so calm during this pandemic, because it's just
Yeah.
a normal life for you.
yeah, well, like I go from between like I accept everything and I'm like, okay, this is how our life is. This is perfect. We're good. It's what it's supposed to be. It's what's meant to happen. We're gonna chill out. And then 2 seconds, I'm crying and depressed, and it goes like that about 8 times a day of like acceptance, immediate fear. Like 2 seconds, it goes back and forth about 20 times a day.
Wow, some therapist is going to make a ton of money out of you.
Do everyone go to the therapist? I do need a therapist. I don't go to a therapist.
I see a therapist.
I feel like everyone does go to the therapist, and I do not. But
I totally.
I've gone to psychologists before, but I don't have a psychologist right now. But the funny thing is, one time I saw a psychologist, she was really well regarded. Her name's Greta Thunberg. Oh no, not Greta Thunberg. That's that fucking environmental little girl. Greta Goldberg, and she's about 110 in the shade, which is an Australian saying. And she fell asleep in the middle of my appointment, and I literally cried in the car to my, at the time, wife the whole way home, like, baby, Greta fell asleep with me during our appointment. That's how fucking boring I am. Like, even my psychologist falls asleep in my appointment. Get the bong ready.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's this comedian who did this great bit about Greta Thunberg. Do you want to repeat this bit?
No, his name's Matt.
Matt Kobos.
He's a local comedian. What was it?
He did
You can ruin his joke.
Yeah, I'll ruin this guy's joke. So he starts off with like, you guys know about Greta Thunberg? And he gives some spiel, and then he's just like, you know, she's really hot. She is so fucking hot, but no one wants to believe her. No one believes that she's.
And she's getting hotter every year.
Yeah.
Every year she's hotter by like 1 degrees. Every year. No believer. She's hot and hotter.
But it was good.
Yeah, I was trying to work on a Greta Thunberg hot joke.
He did the
It's
best.
difficult though. You can't say nothing about children these days, or you're an abuser or a fucking predator within 5 minutes.
I mean, all right.
It turns out she's 17 years old.
Yeah, it's legal.
I thought.
Oh, then I'll bang on. Jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are joking. Yeah. Hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Definitely
Right.
joking.
So, what's some things that have been making you guys pissed off since the coronavirus? I mean, you know,
Oh
humanity.
yes, that's a good question. That's a good question.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, but Scotty.
Yeah, well, one of you who's starting.
Jared, do you want to start? Or?
One of the things that's what pissing us off.
I really don't get that pissed off. I mean, again, this household, it's all kind of normal. I go to work, Daniel goes to work, Matt goes to work, and we come home, you know, like it's not that different. We just, you know, we're gonna go to.
You're not really hating the world. You're not hating the world toxically every 5 minutes. You're just hating your life toxically every.
Yeah, just crying and happy at like in the same seconds. But and then, I mean, like today we're going to a comedy show tonight. It's a drive-in. I mean, you know, like we're gonna go drive up in the car and sit and go to the FM.
Oh,
Do a comedy.
Clever
That's a good
idea.
idea.
Clever idea.
that is a very good idea. Okay, good. Well, things that have been pissing me off, basically, well, in Australia, well, not that I'm in Australia, but in Australia, the fact that basically every fucking cunt of that 26 million person country is getting some money out of the government except me, for fuck's sake.
Oh, really?
But
This package?
well, see, they've come up with about 6 different packages for about 6 different groups of people, but I don't perfectly fit into any one of them. Because right now I would be probably back in Australia for a month or 2 doing a bit of work, and I can't.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, you know, want to make sure I get my piece of the pie. So that's fucking pissing me off. But also Trump's pissing me off, being a wanker as usual.
So, I don't know. There have been 2 fucked up shits that have happened to me during
What are you
coronavirus.
doing? You're just trying to be irritating.
and first was my roommate had like a 2-week, when it happened, he went on like a 2-week bender and just started getting like piss drunk. And when he wasn't drunk in the mornings, he'd go out and just like stockpile shit, like baby paper towels, shit like that.
That's amazing.
This is a high quality microphone.
It is.
All right, let's go. And one night, like 9 days into the bender, oh yeah, I come home and I see him just pass the fuck out, but he's holding a loaded 9mm. And I didn't know.
America.
I didn't know it was fucking loaded. So like I tiptoed around him, took care of what I needed to take care of, and then I gently woke him up. And he just wakes up, like looks at me, and I'm like, "Hey, buddy, is that thing loaded?" And he starts giggling, and he's like, no. And I'm like, "Great." And then he hits the clip ejector, and a full 12 bullet clip drops out, and it's fucking loaded. And I'm like, "Holy, you could have shot your dick off. You could have shot me in the face. Like, what's going on?" And later that night, I'm talking to him, just like, he's like, "Let me show you something." And he goes into his room and he brings out a mask. And he turns the mask around and there's a blood stain like all up in it. And I'm like, holy fuck. I was like, "Fucking Neil, you got the virus, you're gonna die." And that sent me on like a 3-day fucking bender myself. But
All right, okay.
Found him with a loaded gun 4 days later. And now they don't.
Well, I don't know if that's normal for you in your country. I think yes. In Australia, that doesn't happen. You don't just fall asleep cuddling your gun because we don't have fucking guns just laying around all the
Where else are
goddamn
you gonna put
place.
the gun? It goes under your bed. Under your pillow.
Tell a story. You tell us.
I tell a story?
Yeah.
What kind of story do you want?
Something weird that's happened in the past.
Weird that's happened in the past month? I don't know. I work in weed. Everything's so weird. I don't know. It's all such a weird vibe sometimes. I don't know what to say. Yeah. People are
Dan hasn't been feeling well recently in the corona
world
mindset.
But like, I don't know. People act differently in ports. I know.
Yeah.
He's covering the camera right now. He's covering the camera.
Just cover the camera?
He's
All right,
covered
we're good.
the camera.
We're good.
Why did you cover the camera?
I don't know. Why would you commit a sin? Like,
Oh, I needed to
Christian
adjust
with the veil.
the microphone.
I'm like, my God, cover it again.
All right, we're good.
You guys are such good like audio visual technicians. Like
He's the sound. I'm the video.
I'm the looks.
That's true.
Yeah.
But then that makes you video. Because it's a visual thing to be the looks.
It's true.
I can say.
It's true.
You know, I never brought this up. Never mind. I'm not gonna bring it up.
No. What?
This is like completely different. But did you notice when I first moved in how many toothbrushes there were?
Oh my God, yes.
I
Do you use one or what? I use one of them.
I bought 2 and I put them in different places.
I just
I was sitting there and there was two toothbrush. I had a toothbrush. I don't know, and then I was like, oh shit, this toothbrush was wet before I used it. I was like, oh shit, I think one of them used my toothbrush.
Yeah.
And then I was like, so I bought like a nut. It happened again, and I was like,
Mine's the blue one, right?
well, I bought 3 new toothbrushes, and I put them in my cupboard.
Okay.
But there was like a month, I'm pretty sure we were sharing toothbrushes.
Really? Oh my god. Okay.
Like, I was like, whose is this? And I'm like, it's it was mine. And then I'm like, someone kept using it. I was like, maybe they did it by accident. And then I was like,
it was purely by accident.
but then it happened like a couple times. So I peed on all of
I was staying at my mum's house a couple of years ago, and I went to open the little drawer in the bathroom cabinet thing as I was like looking for my toothbrush, or I don't even remember. And literally, I'm not exaggerating at all, my almost 70-year-old full like nanny of a mother had at least 15 unopened, perfectly brand new of the exact same toothbrush sitting in this, taking up one whole drawer. And I was like, you know how when mums and or dads start to just do this weird shit? And I was like, Mum, why the fuck do you have like 15 toothbrushes in here? And she's like, oh, it's so hard to find them, Scotty. I always just like to get as many as I can, kind of thing. And I'm like, okay.
Mine?
How many things of toilet paper do you have?
At this moment, 1.5, just 1.5 rolls.
Yeah,
But it's not running out here or nothing.
I don't get that at
It's
all.
just in America. Everyone's just buying toilet paper in America.
Yeah, it was
only?
big here. It was a big deal here.
It was huge in Australia. I know that, to the point where there was videos on the news of women like punching each other in the fucking like
I got a
the
blood.
supermarket, and people got arrested and all shit. But in Colombia, I never remember going to the supermarket and there not being toilet paper.
It's the weirdest thing to fucking stockpile. Like, the only thing I stockpiled was Everclear, because it works on 2 levels. You can get drunk if you're dying, and it's also a great disinfectant. But I've seen people like these guys. You guys got like 20 fucking white packages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're surprised I won.
What a case.
It's crazy.
So there's like an old lady in a nursing home in America right now, and she looks at the thing and there's no toilet paper for her to clean her shitty ass, and it's because you cunts have got a house full of fucking toilet paper.
That lady needs to realize that she needs to think about what she's buying.
Fucking hell, mate.
Oh man.
Jesus.
I stocked up. I must admit, I selfishly stockpiled on some things, but it's the necessities. I have a really bad sweet tooth, and I have to have liters and liters and liters of orange juice. So I stockpiled on that. Weed, of course, and well, not really that much else.
Is weed legal in Colombia? Is that the one where everything's legal?
Weed is not legal here, no. But guess how much I pay for fucking 10 grams here?
$20.
Keeping in mind, in Australia, 10 grams is about 100 Australian dollars.
That's silly.
Here, it's 5, not 100, the same amount for 5 Australian dollars.
It's cheap as hell.
Mm-hmm.
You're selling 8 for $50.
Really?
Illegal in America. That's.
This is the country in the world that I've been to that has the cheapest weed out of like maybe 30 countries.
Is it bullshit? But is cocaine fucking amazing over there?
I only do that every couple of years, so I haven't done it since I've been here yet, but I have had many people on the street just offer it to me and literally just show it to me in their hands, and I'm like, oh, I'm okay, thanks. But apparently it is extremely cheap here and really strong and pure and fantastic, and I was probably going to do that with my best friend, but of course Corona came into town.
Let's go. Stay inside and not do anything. Yeah. Just doing hate balls.
I thought Some days when my tolerance has been so high with the weed and I haven't been getting super high, I've thought of going, ooh, and just getting some Coke or something. But I'm like, no. I'll just open a bottle of champagne and I'll have a couple more drinks.
I actually thought about it. I haven't done blow in forever, and I was like, yeah, should we get blow? And I was like, this is a weird.
Anyway, on the podcast. On the podcast right now.
We're in public.
Cocaine.
So we're gonna buy blow after this. Anyways.
On the podcast.
He's talking about blowjobs again. He's back in high school.
That clap was to maybe cut this part out.
We're gonna go. We're gonna go to our my only page, fans only page. Get our money, buy some cocaine. That's what we're doing afterwards.
That sounds hot.
I feel like you had a story you were going to tell. And I feel like you had a story you were going to tell.
Yeah, what was it?
But I don't remember.
What are you cunts saying?
I feel like Scott had a story to tell too.
What?
What do you feel about circumcision, male circumcision?
I am circumcised. I always prefer sucking on a circumcised dick. But then in recent years, I am more warming to uncircumcised dicks as long as they don't have way too much foreskin and like can make their own fucking tent. But I just think it's cleaner. I've also worked in childcare in the baby's room for a year, and it was much easier to clean the the little penises when they were circumcised. And yeah, that's what I think about circumcision, I guess.
If you have a little,
You're right.
if you have a little baby boy, would you get him circumcised?
Yes, I would get my sons circumcised. Yes.
Yeah, same here. I would too.
Wow, it's so interesting how most dudes are like okay with it or promote it, but I've met a lot of chicks who don't want it, who think it's like awful.
I mean, it's a little fucked up.
It is a little.
Same. Every now and then I'll meet a guy and more often a girl that is totally, and there's actually an episode on Sex and the City about this as well, totally against circumcised penises. And I'm like, oh. But then there's some people the other way around that just can't stand an uncircumcised penis, which used to be me.
Huh. I was circumcised, and I had a friend, I was circumcised obviously for Jewish reasons at 8 days
Right.
old. But I have this friend who was
Fresh.
circumcised. He grew up Calvinist Christian, and he hates it. And he was doing like the weight.
He wants it back.
Yes, he was hanging weights off of his foreskin, trying to stretch it out as much as he could. And he showed me it once. We took a whiz next to each other, and it did kind of work. He had more foreskin than I did, and we both were circumcised. It's interesting.
I'm 100% Googling undoing circumcision.
Yeah, it's a movement. It's like a movement of...
Wait, Dan and Terry, are you both circumcised?
Yeah.
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 Are you?
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah. And also, did you
To be honest.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, did you know that there's up until about 1930, circumcision used to be less extreme. You only literally would cut off a circular portion of the foreskin, but you'd still be left with like 40% of your foreskin. Now,
Well, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
I was about to say, yeah, that's interesting that you say that. I didn't know that because I was going to say before you said that they almost took a little bit too much with me. I've got enough, but I'm talking barely. Like when I'm like with someone super hot, or when I'm like really fucking horny as shit, like I'm rock hard, and then at that moment there is not, it's like that episode of Seinfeld, there's not a spare to square, like there's not anything left. So and sometimes if I have sex like 3 times in a day, then my dick's really sore because like there's no skin left kind of thing. So I almost wish that they'd left me another fucking couple of millimeters, but it's all good because my dick's beautiful and everyone always loves it.
Holy shit.
So yeah, they're working on using stem cells to regenerate your dick tissue.
Uh-huh.
All right. Okay.
Uh-huh.
In case you want to get it back, in case you want to get uncircumcised again.
It's restoration, right? Foreskin restoration.
For most people, you can stretch it. You can stretch it, but it won't connect. It just will kind of look sort of similar.
I'm sure it'll be the next treatment that Trump suggests in a press conference. Like, I heard that getting yourself uncircumcised again is like the best cure for COVID-19.
Yeah. To cure COVID-19, recircumcise yourself.
Do you have any fetishes, Scott? Do you have any sexual fetishes or spiritual fetishes?
Spiritual fetishes? I have, no, I don't actually really have any fetishes. I like feet, but not to the point where I do anything with them. Like when I'm having sex with someone, I'm not sucking on their toes or doing anything with their feet, but I do like feet. Like I like hot feet. And if the person I'm with doesn't have hot feet, I'm kind of turned off.
Hot feet, huh?
Hot feet.
Interesting, huh? Wow.
Yeah.
Hot feet.
Hot feet.
Okay, so also it says on the foreskin things of what Google questions of results. How much is foreskin worth?
How much is it worth?
Yeah. How much do you think foreskin would be worth?
Probably more than its weight in gold.
They say $100,000
for a full foreskin.
Yeah, I just clicked.
Women put it in their high expensive treatments or something, some shit, or fetuses, or I don't know, both. I don't know.
Awesome.
And 4 balls.
What about you?
4 balls.
What, do you have any fetishes?
I only do lights off, missionary.
Really?
Lights off, missionary, and then a little bit of butter up my ass, and that's just it.
That's hot.
That's just it.
He's very vanilla. He's very vanilla.
Yeah, just straight. Nothing crazy.
Oh, the usual screaming, crying.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Where do you scream into?
No, I don't really have any. That's the whole thing. I don't really have any fetishes.
None? I got a
As if.
We got 15 minutes left.
I used to do
a load of shit.
This thing when I would date a girl for long enough. Because at the beginning...
when she deserved it.
Yes. And you don't want to reveal too much at the beginning. But when I get...
Oh, yeah, you got to have some things up your sleeve.
When I get deep enough into a relationship, there are definitely some things I really like. One... I really enjoy, as an aspect of foreplay, like dirty, sloppy kissing, but then I'll periodically like make them open their mouth real wide, and I'll scream and spit into it. That's fucking awesome. And I'll just spit into it and scream and be like, "You fucking idiot." So that's cool.
Are you joking or are you serious?
Not pretty serious. And
a bit of both.
And I loved also screaming into vaginas. Also, I dated this one girl and I didn't know that I was into this until we did it. But she was like, "Let's go to the sex store." And I bought these like pink leather restraints, hand restraints, leg restraints, a little collar and a leash, and cat ears. And I dressed her up as a little cat and put her on a leash. And that's probably the hottest thing in the fucking world to me. You could put that on any person and I'd probably get a boner and want to do them. It doesn't matter. But That's,
Doesn't matter.
I guess that's it, like
Doesn't
light
matter.
BDSM power exchange shit.
I had a guy dance on my dick one time. He was from Colombia actually, but it was in Australia. And it was the funniest experience and the one and only time it's ever happened where someone's danced on my dick. And what I mean by that is I was laying back just basically with my arms behind my head, like boss like. And then he was just riding my dick, this little kind of Colombia little bottom, a cute little bottom. But then he put music on, his native Colombian sort of Latino music, and then proceeded to do a choreographed dance whilst bouncing up and down and riding on my dick. And so it was hard for me to keep hard and also concentrate because he was literally singing and doing the performance and the dance and everything and all the moves on my dick. And so I was just like, what the fuck? It was the weirdest night ever. It was hot, but like I didn't see him again because I was just like, what the
It was
fuck?
hot.
Whoa. That does sound really hot. Holy shit.
Was
So-
it painful?
But it was weird.
Was the
He was getting a bit rough at parts, and I was like, whoa, and because I don't have heaps of spare foreskin, but it was okay.
Oh.
So this was like basically a Colombian twink, right?
This was definitely a Colombian. This was the epitome of a Colombian twink. This guy.
Fucking, do you have any advice for us and our potential 5 viewers who might want to pick up some twinks and femboys? Do you have any advice for us?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, because there's different ways to pick up different kind of boys. So if you want to find the twink kind of femboy ones, the first thing is you need to know that they're already going to be basically a bottom. So they're going to be submissive. So they're going to want you to be controlling and a bit, not an asshole, but like a bit of a, in control kind of person. So that's what will get you a twink. If you want a twink, you need to be the kind of man, you know what I mean? Whereas if you're looking to be a little slutty little bottom yourself, but you're looking for more of the man, then you act more on the dance floor or wherever, at the house party, whatever, you act more submissive and bottomy and bloody, bloody, blah.
And do you have any like advice or words of wisdom for twinks out there that want to pick up guys like me or Terry or Daniel?
Well, like you said, usually it's the best route to go along is to be sometimes as passable to a trans as possible, because then that's like, for example, like what got you off a few months ago or whatever. But then sometimes it's totally the opposite. With straightish guys that are fluid and sort of experimental, they're either one of two things. They're either wanting that kind of a feminine sort of a boy, so you would be more like that, a pretty boy, or they want literally just a blowjob off a guy that is also like them and very masculine and very straight. And so then when I'm doing that and I'm trying to get a masculine guy that's kind of very straighty, I act more like talking about pussy and talking about sports and blah 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 blah. And
Terry, tell us, you had a little bit where you were talking about pussy, fucking pussy beer, whatever. Do you remember that bit?
pussy and beer.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you don't want to do it?
Well, that's the beginning of it, and that goes to It's not about pussy.
It isn't?
No.
I don't remember.
I was thinking about this earlier, but this is just one of my old friends. We were talking about my fans page or whatever, and my roommate was like talking to her mom, and she was like, "Yeah, my mom told me to just masturbate, on film and get money," and she thought it was bukkake. She thought masturbating. So she was talking to all of us. She's like, "Yeah, my mom wants me to do bukkake and get some money." And what? Yeah, my mom told me to do bukkake.
That'd be a lot of money. That'd be a shit ton of money.
Wow.
We're like, holy shit, your mom's fucking not a good mom.
Yeah.
We all
Mom.
her, and she's not like it.
Have any of you ever walked in on your parents having sex?
It's very important. Communication is very important. It's not where she thought she was going to go. But
Have any of you ever walked in on your parents having sex?
No, thank God.
You haven't?
No,
think
thank
so.
God, no.
One time and my dad winked at me and my brother. We both were running in there, and we walk in and we hear both of them grunting and moaning, and they have like one light on, and we look at them, and then my mom like hides under the covers and my dad winks at us, and we run out. And that was
Oh, Jesus.
I didn't leave right away.
You didn't leave.
I don't think so.
And then
Terrible.
there was oh yeah, what do you think we should name our thing? Like
Our penises? You don't have a name for your penis already?
our YouTube channel or whatever.
Our podcast.
What I was gonna do fucking Toilet Tony's Canola Hour. Or fucking Freedom Liberty News Radio with Ron Paul. Like, what do you think is good?
I thought 3 dudes, 1 mic.
Fuck, I don't know.
One mic.
Yeah.
Sounds more.
I like Toilet Tony's Canola Hour. Like, for some reason, I actually like that one a lot, but it sounds stupid to go with the first one that you suggest.
We got 7 more minutes.
Oh my God. We have 7 more minutes. Should we wrap it up? Should we find a cute way to wrap it up?
Sticks out?
Not yet.
Sticks out. I'm ready if you're ready.
Not yet. I'm on too many uppers.
Who's ready?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get uppers next week.
Oh, you asked?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna ask next week.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, has anyone ever helicoptered Scott, Terry, fucking Daniel?
Everyone has.
Helicopter?
Yeah, everyone's up. Have you ever
Oh,
done?
wait, what do you mean helicopter?
When you pull your dick out swinging around, ideally while you're skiing.
What else?
Not while.
Of course, yeah.
Well,
Ideally drunk at a party while everybody's looking.
have you ever did the hamburger? Do you all know about the hamburger?
No.
What's the hamburger?
You take your balls and you spread them, and you take your dick and you wrap it around, and then you hold it.
Oh, yeah.
And then you flip it, So then you get ball, shaft, ball,
Ooh.
and it looks like fancy bun hamburger. So again, you take your balls, split it, dick around, and then flip it.
I like that.
And then it's the hamburger. I'm gonna do that tonight. I know.
I like that a lot.
It's called a hamburger.
When I lived in Israel, I lived near the West Bank, and I had a friend. I won't say his name because this is pretty controversial. And sometimes when we would hitchhike down to Jerusalem, we'd have to like hitchhike multiple times. Sometimes we get a ride, we'd be drunk, it would leave us off at like a bus stop. And there were numerous times where we just whip out our dicks and swing them around, like sometimes in overpass, and there would be Orthodox Jewish families driving by, religious Muslims.
Yeah, I've been to Jerusalem. I'm surprised you did that there.
We never got beat up. It was really weird. But we'd helicopter in front of like just people driving by. It was a lot of fun. Have you done anything like that, Scott?
I don't think I remember helicoptering in front of like the public, but I certainly know that I love being in public places like parks late at night and just jerking off on my own.
What?
Yes!
That's fantastic. It's scary.
And I like sending some of the porn that I film of myself, I like sending to just my normal friends because I feel like they appreciate it, and most of them do.
I'm down to watch that.
Well, Ari's down to receive any porn that you have.
I'll check that shit out.
I did one 2 days ago. It was so hot.
Daniel, do you get these?
Do I get what?
Do you get the videos?
I mean, I have received sexually based videos from Scottie.
He's received some things, yes. He hasn't gotten everything, but he certainly hasn't got nothing.
I'm gonna make it a recircumcision device and sell it and make a bunch of money.
Oh shit. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
do
you
that.
need a
You can make a
thing
lot of money.
that holds and then holds the skin, and pushes the head in and pulls it around. Yeah, it's a good one.
I like that.
Skin or transplant. Take other foreskin that people don't want, transplant it onto.
Yeah. It could be a diversified business. You could do that. You could grow it in little things. You could have like a full diversified sort of foreskin recircumcision business. And to be honest, in America, it would probably succeed.
Can you just put? I don't think you just put you can't just like sew foreskin on.
You know, why not? Not like sew in a bag or a side pocket? I mean, while you're down there, I mean.
Oh yeah. So there was a cool little part that I just remembered. So my friend in Israel that I used to helicopter with when we were drunk, like a month or two after I moved back to the States, we hung out for like a weekend. He flew in, our mutual friend Fleisch flew in. I shouldn't have said his name, but whatever. And we got like wrecked for like 3 days straight. And there was one night where we all blacked out. And I woke up the next day, I check my phone, I look at the videos, and I see my dick. And I'm like, fuck. I play the video, and it's just me whipping my dick out, then my friend whipping his dick out, my other friend whipping his dick out, and we all fucking like cross swords. We all are fucking slapping our dicks against each other. And then we go... My friend Billy yells out helicopter, and then we're all like helicopter, and the video ends. And yeah,
that should be your first video on your OnlyFans account.
I do have it saved. It's terribly embarrassing because we're all blacked out talking garbage.
I heard there's a lot of work to keep my fans only up, though. To make a lot of some money off of it.
Very hard. You need a following. And
Trisha Paytas is making so much money off it at the moment.
Who?
Trisha Paytas.
Trisha Paytas?
Okay, Google.
You don't know who Trisha Paytas is?
What?
I can't believe you cunts don't know who Trisha Paytas is.
Okay, Google. Stop. What?
Hey?
What?
What?
Wait.
But you were saying who's this person? Who's this person? What's her name?
Trisha Paytas. Trisha Paytas.
Trisha Penis.
Trisha Penis.
Trisha Paytas.
Paytas. Paytas. Trisha Paytas.
Jesus. Okay, Google, shut the fuck up.
She's getting money? Is that her? That
Let me
can't be
see
her.
that. Oh, she weird looking.
Oh, her forehead.
Wait, that looks okay.
Why is her forehead so
Her,
big?
she's
Wait,
weird.
show it to the camera just so people know. Who is she?
What photo have you got of her?
Wait, can you?
The fuck is this?
Oh yeah. So she can look like that. She can look like
But then it
all
looks like
glammed
this.
up. She can.
Yeah.
She's known for crying on her kitchen floor and for being a whore. Yeah. Yeah, she's crazy. She's hilarious. And she does the OnlyFans now. She has 35,000 fans, and I think she charges, I can't remember how much a month, but I think she makes more than $1 million a year off her new OnlyFans.
Shit. It's crazy.
Whoa.
Some crazy shit.
All right, well, we got to go, though.
That's true. What should we end with?
Bye.
Do you guys want
Toilet Tony's
Yeah.
Canola Hour.
3 dudes, 1 microphone with Toilet Tony.
Canola, Nola in the face. Canola, Nola in the face.
Who is it? Tony. What's he got? Canola.
My thing turned off.
All right.
Oh.
Well, Scott, it's really.
It was lovely meeting you. Mucho gusto.
Yeah, we should hang out sometime.
Yeah,
just,
we
Yeah.
should Skype and
Come back to America. Australia.
All right, well, we're in almost the same time zone at the moment, so let me know whenever you want to do it again.
No worries, man.
All right. Later, brother.
God bless. Christ be with you.
Don't die of COVID-19.